Yeah. I wonder how much money that woman gets paid, her voice who does that recording in progress thing.
I know, no, that'd be something to Google. Huh?
Yeah. So, well, I don't do Zooms outside very often, but you and I are in different places. You're out on the coast right now. I'm out by my front door. You've done one video so far. You just did the forums last week, Brenda Tuomi, obviously. Everyone knows that. Everyone in the world knows that. You know, people probably hit you up on the beach saying, Brenda Tuomi, right? So you're out camping on the beach, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I guess one of the questions I'm curious to know about is the last time you ran like 2018, and now you're running like during this post-COVID, really COVID area where everything's done online and by Zoom. And how has that been for you?
It's really different because I'm a people person, and I like to read people's body language. So I like to be in a room with people. I like to have discussions and like really feed off body language, and it's really hard on Zoom. It is really hard, especially if there's more than two people. You're not seeing everybody on the screen, and so it's not my preferred way of communication. That's for sure.
Yeah, we know you're old school. You're not
Yeah.
Paper and pencil, not laptop and keyboard, right?
Right. Old school calendars. I like the big calendars on my desk and write down everything and see it all.
Yeah. So we had the candidates forum last week, and that was the last time I talked with you. And of course, that was your last time in a public debate, probably since the last time you ran, I'm sure. How do you think that went? Was there anything that any questions that you want to take a second stab at, or like you'd like to expand upon?
Well, like I said before, I like to do things in person. So anytime I have a microphone on me or a camera, I get a little bit nervous. And so I think that I didn't do my closing very well, but I went ahead and posted what I really wanted to relay to the membership on my posting. I posted that. I think the questions, it totally different. Last time I ran in 2018, there were 7 of us, I believe. And prior to that, there were 17, 18, 19, I think, even one year. So it was different this year that we all got the same questions. We got to answer at our own, whenever we were ready to answer. It wasn't, 2 people get this question, 2 get that, and you go first. It was low key. So I really liked that we all got to answer the questions, and all questions. And I liked it. I think I wish there would have been more people in the audience. I wish there would have been more people on the Zoom meeting. I guess that's the only thing that I really wish we could have changed, more people participating.
Yeah, I mean, the participation rate is always tricky because I think our voter participation has almost always historically been between like 30 and 35%. So, I don't know how you improve that. I mean, I know like on one of the advisory votes about whether matching up our elections with federal elections, because I've read studies that show that some cities and other local governments that have done that have seen their voter participation rate increase because people are just in that voting frame of mind. And so I don't know how that question's going to go, but yeah, even when you were on council, it's still that 3,500, 30%, 35% people that participate, and numerically like the 1,000 to 1,400. And it just still seems to be at that number.
If we get it up to 30, even 45, and I think about how can we do that? And I thought about these crazy drawings and stuff like that, but then I've heard people on the other side say you can't pay people to vote and you can't do things like that. But I don't know. I think it might be worth a try.
Yeah. Paying people to vote.
Well, if there was a drawing gas card, everybody who votes goes in and there's this drawing. I don't know. I would love to see it at 45%. That would be amazing. Yeah. And then as far as lining with national, I don't know. I've talked to a few people about that, and they say no, that it's already enough to read through all the other national voting information and materials. And so like people are just done with that, and they want to keep it separate. So I don't know. I haven't read the studies that you just mentioned.
Okay. Well, I'll happily send them to you.
Okay.
Are there any issues that have surprised you during the campaign that maybe you weren't expecting, or, in the case of enrollment, that still remain? What has surprised you about the campaign? Because you've stepped away for almost half a decade now.
Well, it seems to be so quiet. It's like, wait a minute, is it campaign season? Because I'm not reading as much on Facebook. I'm not hearing as much from the membership. That's what makes me worry about, are people just apathetic now and they're just not going to vote, or have they already decided? Is for a number helps people decide? But nothing really, besides it being really quiet. Nothing besides that has surprised me.
Well, it's just unusual that the last several elections, the numbers have been so low. And when the number of candidates dips below 6, that means that an incumbent is guaranteed to win, which is just really unusual. Like, I never actually thought I would see that in our tribe, but here we are. Everyone this year, 4 candidates vying for 3 seats, all of them have really good chances of winning. Like whoever loses is going to be really bummed, I think.
Yeah. And another thing that it's made me think about too is why only 4? Why we've gone from, like I said before, from 19, 17, 18, 12 down to 4. What happened? And then it makes me think about when I was on before, I always thought about, how do we get our younger generations involved in this? And so I'm wondering why no one under the age of 50, well, you're under 50 and Michael Cherry's under 50, I think. But where are they, and why can't we get interested in running?
I don't think she is. I think I'm the only council member under the age of 50.
Yeah. And I really think we would benefit from getting some younger voices on, but I don't know how we do that. And I'm not sure why absolutely nobody wants to step forward. I'm not sure. I have some ideas why most people don't. They're building their careers and they have families, and to get elected for 3 years with the possibility of not getting reelected. I can see where that would be. We don't have one person, in their 30s or 40s that want to run.
Yeah, well, and I think Ren mentioned that at the forum too. Like, well, if someone goes to college, whatever, training, they go and get educated and become good at their job. There is that insecurity of running for council where you might be jobless in 3 years, and of course, like as you know, our position is weird because we have just this super swift turnaround. Like when you get elected, you're sworn in within 4 days. So that I don't know any other government that does that, but it is highly unusual. Yeah. And of course we don't have polling. So it's so hard to know whether you're going to win or lose until the day of the election. You're just going on instinct. So
Yeah, I talked with my,
go ahead.
go ahead. Oh, I was going to say, I've talked with my daughter about that before, especially my youngest. If you're in a position somewhere, you can't even give 2 weeks. That's not a real smart move, you know, when you're.
Yeah, you just cut out a bunch there.
Oh, sorry.
But I think we got the gist of what you said.
Okay.
So one final question, because we're going to do more of these, right?
Yes.
I was going to ask you what you thought of the advisory votes, but maybe that's a different video.
Well, let me just say this. I was really surprised. I was surprised that there wasn't an enrollment question on there. And at the same time, I understand the process that tribal council goes through. Like to have seen an enrollment question on there.
Okay. Okay. Well, the question I want to ask you, and you can expand upon that, what you just said earlier, maybe in another video. I am eager to get your thoughts. But so now you and like me and like Renlino, you've stepped away from council and now you're running again. Does stepping away, does that help you recharge or refresh or give you a new perspective on like what maybe you might have done differently or what you would like to do differently, or maybe even just how your viewpoint as a general council member as opposed to a tribal council member on certain issues can be really different?
Well, once you have sat at the table, I think you get a much more clearer picture as to just what goes on, how many decisions come across the table, and how much more information you're privy to. And so when you step away from that, you're also aware of the confidentiality that you know that needs to be upheld. So your information, and you can't ask the council members that are still on, because then you're asking them to break their confidentiality. So for me, stepping away, I don't know if it recharged me, because I don't think I ever ran out of energy and anything, but being away made me realize, for me, how much I'm missing and how much I want to be a part of impacting the future.
Okay. That is a good answer to close on.
Okay. Thank
Cool.
you,
Well,
Chris.
thanks for taking the time to make this video, and I'll edit it. And I think you told me before we started filming, you wanted me to, like, you know, make you look younger and like more in shape or something. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Could you take at least 25 pounds off?
Okay, I'm just learning video editing, but I will do my best. So
Thank you, Chris.
all right, thanks. See ya.
Bye. Bye.